13 News Now is breaking into your regularly scheduled programming with breaking news in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, police are at Bayside High School investigating a school shooting threat. Shane Fordham is live at the scene. And Shane, we're learning at least one person is in custody.
That's right. Here at Bayside High. Bayside High School, officers are here assessing the situation. As you can see, there's a very large police presence here, as officers are really just trying to assess what the threat exactly is. As you said, they have detained at least one person who was unarmed. We are told that no shots have been fired. This whole sidewalk is filled with worried families and loved ones about the students in the school. I actually have one parent here with me, Mr. Cornell Kent, who is a parent of a student inside the school. Mr. Kent, you said that you got a message from the school today notifying you about what exactly was happening, or you heard from your child.
I didn't get no message from the school. What I got was a message from my son himself, basically saying, "I loved you." And I kind of brushed it off because it wasn't none of the message. Next thing I know, my daughter's running in that apparently there's a shooter at the school. I try to call the school, nobody's picking up. No email, no call, phone call, nothing. There's an active shooter at the school. I pull up, because I'm nothing but 9 minutes away from here. My son basically telling me he don't feel safe. I pull up over here, and I'm still basically getting no information. The cops are trying to tell me, no, my son's in here right now. I don't know what's going on. My son can't answer his phone. Then there's a bunch more parents that end up coming up. It's like, do you know what's going on? I was like, no, my kid just messaged. Every parent that came up here, or was basically on the driveway for the most part, didn't get no email, didn't get a call from the school. They got a message from their kids basically saying there's an active shooter in here. I'm scared. So, of course, there's going to be parents out here on the driveway. What I'm aggravated about, I'm happy with the cop presence. Thank you. So we can get it cleared up. What I'm pissed off about is Bayside High School. I trust y'all for 8 hours a day to let me know that my kid's okay or my kid's okay, and y'all don't tell me nothing that, hey, there's a shooter in the school, your kid could possibly in danger. I get a nervous call or a message from my son. So.
And how nerve-wracking is that as a parent, as someone who has a loved one in this school, not really know exactly what's going on?
I parked about maybe a block away. I was over here when I first pulled up with the cops. There's probably video footage of me cussing out the cops, telling the cops, F you, F this. My child's in here. I don't care about your presence when in other states kids have been dropped because y'all didn't do anything. Y'all didn't bring enough physical presence to the situation. My kid is still actively in the school. I want to know what's going on, period. And my kid can't get me any information if he's supposed to be ducking under a desk.
And are you still able to communicate with your child as of right now?
As of right now, what we were just told, the kids should be getting released classroom by classroom and able to come out through the main door, and we can go ahead and take our kids home. They do have somebody in custody, but as of right now, we're all just worried, waiting parents to be able to know that our kids are actually physically safe and back in our hands.
Thank you, Mr. Kent. As you can see, there are many worried parents here outside of Bayside High School just waiting to know what is going on, but I'll have more later today. Shane Fordham, live in Virginia Beach, 13 News Now.
All right, thanks, Shane. This is a breaking story. We'll be following this story into the evening.
All right, and that's all we have for now on air. We do want to reiterate, though, that no shots were fired and no firearm recovered in this, and the students are about to be dismissed. So in just a few minutes, we'll be continuing our coverage with our reporter on the scene on the 13 News Now Plus app as the school's dismissal is impacted by this threat. And we'll be back on air with the latest developments for 13 News Now at 4. All right, for those of you watching on the 13 News Now Plus stream, we continue our coverage of breaking news in Virginia Beach.
The police are at Bayside High School investigating a school shooting threat. Shane Fordham is live at the scene. And Shane, we're learning at least one person is in custody.
Yes, we are told one person is in custody. They were unarmed at the time. Police were executing a search room by room of the school. We are told that as of 2:19, that search has been completed. No shots have been fired. No guns have been found as far as we know. Now, we are not aware of any dismissal times being affected for students as of right now. But as you can see, many family members and parents are still outside of the school, still just trying to figure out what is going on, what is happening. Are their children and loved ones safe inside of this school? We will let you, that's all the information that we have as of right now, but we will keep you updated as we learn more.
All right, thank you, Shane, for that update. We appreciate it.
We do know that the students or the parents did receive a letter from Virginia Beach Police saying that the school had an internal lockdown and that they asked people to avoid that area. Obviously, when you're a parent and you know that your kid is inside the school, you're going to do exactly what those parents have done, and that is rush to the school. But as far as we know, everyone is safe, and that's the good news, that everyone is safe, and dismissal is about to take place in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and we do have one of those parents live again with Shane Fordham. Shane.
Yes, parents did get a message telling them that they are encouraged to stay away from campus, but as you can see, many parents were just too worried for their children's safety to do that. Mr. Kent, I have Mr. Kent back here with me again. Mr. Kent, would you mind explaining to me what exactly the protocol was supposed to be for parents in regards to this situation?
I don't know what protocol it was because, like I said, I didn't get a message from the school or anything like that. I didn't get a message from the cops. I got a message from my son telling me that there was an active shooter in the school. They're locking down the school. And then he sends me an I love you message. Basically, like, I feel like my son's telling me he's going to say goodbye or something. So I sped up here. There was nothing from the school until, like, I had been up here 15, 20 minutes. Then the parent says, oh, I just got an email. But they had been out here 15, 20 minutes standing outside trying to figure out what was going on. The cop over at the original entrance was like, hey, you need to head over to Williams Farms. That's where they're telling us to send everybody. Well, guess what? My wife is already over there. Mother's already over there. She's like, babe, they don't even have any information to give you guys over here at Williams Farms. They don't even know what's going on right now. So, yeah.
So you didn't hear from anyone before you heard from your son explaining that he was in danger?
Exactly. My son is the one who told me that there was an active shooter in the school, and then he told me I love you. The school had not contacted me at all, and there's at least, I would say, 10 other parents that pulled up saying the same thing. It's like, what's going on? My kid just messaged me. What's going on? My kid just messaged me. And even before speeding up here or in the midst of it, I'm trying to call the school, can't get nobody on the phone.
And you said that you did get a message after you had already been here for quite some time.
Yep.
So now after getting that message with the information that they had released, what is now your course of action as a parent?
As a parent, I'm just waiting on my kid to come out to school because, again, like I said, I gave up on checking emails. I'm going to correspond with my son. Basically, they're saying that the school's about to let them out. It's pretty much safe. They got the person in hand, and now they're going to be releasing classroom by classroom.
So when was the last time you spoke with your son?
About 15, 20 minutes ago through text message.
And he confirmed that they will be dismissing the students pretty soon. Did he have a certain ETA or anything like
No
that?
ETA, just saying that they will be getting dismissed soon and be able to just, if I want to be out here, which I've been out here since it began, be here, I can take them right home.
Did your son say if he in fact saw a weapon of any sort when he first initially texted?
No, but the thing is, I've talked to other parents that are out here, and one parent said that the girl did show somebody that she had the gun, and that's how it got escalated into what we are at now. So, did he actively see it? No, but there are other kids and from other parents saying that somebody did and actually see it, and the person has been detained, searched, but there was no gun. So, right now we're in limbo.
So now, how does it, knowing that someone has at least been detained, that the kids are getting ready to be released, does that make you feel a little better as a parent? Does that relieve any sort of anxiety that you have?
I feel a lot better once I got my son in the car and I'm on my way home. Am I relieved that, they should be getting out of the school soon? Yeah, but they still got to get out that threshold, cross the street or to me. So, and once I got my son in my safe care, I'll feel a lot better because I don't feel like that the school took an active action in letting the parents know. We're supposed to give them to you for 8 hours a day. We're supposed to trust their safety to you for 8 hours a day. But none of us knew anything that was going on with their safety. Even if the kids didn't know that this was going on in the hallway, you could have told the parents, hey, we got it detained. The kids are still locked in the classroom, but y'all told nobody nothing. The kids are the ones speaking and telling us what's going on. That's all I'm saying. Why weren't the adults that we put in charge of our kids the ones telling us? Why are our kids the ones telling us, hey, we might be in danger? That's all I'm saying.
And how do you think this situation has been handled by the law enforcement on scene?
I would say the law enforcement is trying to do the best with the information that they got, but at the same time understand that you can't have irate parents. You're going to have a lot of irate parents when the original people that are in charge of our kids didn't tell us nothing. So you're going to have irate parents up in your face. Like I said, there's probably a video of me out there right now. Yeah, screw y'all, because I wasn't told nothing by the people in charge of my kid for 8 hours. So, no. The presence is here. I'm glad they got in. They swept the school quickly. Their kids are coming out. But, you know, I'm more upset with Bayside, the school district itself, with not telling me there's something possibly going on with my kid, or my kid could be in harm's way.
And as you said, you plan on staying out here until...
I get my son back in my custody, and I know he's going home. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Kent.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep.
And guys, as you can see, many parents here feel this same way as Mr. Kent, not being willing to leave this area until their kids and loved ones are safely in their arms after today's threat.
Yeah,
back to you guys at the desk.
Shane, thanks. Hopefully they're all reunited soon. Obviously a nightmare for any parent to receive a message like that from their kid. We can see a lot of parents behind you, or what appear to be parents, waiting on some answers. Is there still a large police presence there at the school that you can see?
There is still a very large police presence here. It's calmed down a bit because, as I said, they have someone in custody. They have found that no firearm has been on property, no shots were fired, no one is hurt. So it has calmed down a bit, but there is still police presence here, just making sure that the kids' dismissal goes as smoothly as possible, and just to really just put a calming sort of solution or resolution as onto what the threat is. But we can actually see the students are being released from the front entrance as of right now. As you can see behind the school buses here, they are being let out of the building, being returned to their families. So it seems the situation is dying down and is hesitant to reach any further escalation. So that is a promising thing to see for the family members and parents who are out here. But the police presence is dying down as of right now.
All right, thanks so much, Shane. Hopefully everyone gets to where they need to be safely and as quickly as they can. Shane, we appreciate all of the updates.
Well, yeah, it's good to see the kids actually coming out now, and that things have calmed down a bit. Just to share with you, this is the message that the school system says that they sent to families. They said Bayside High School is currently on internal lockdown. The Virginia Beach Police Department and the Office of Security and Emergency Management are working together to resolve the issue. Ensuring the safety of our students and staff remains our top priority. And then it says, please do not visit the school until further notice to allow school officials to address the situation, and updates will be provided, and you will be notified when the internal lockdown is lifted. Now, as a parent, you get that message. Yeah. And then you're getting text messages from your kids. What are you going to do? Mm-hmm. You're going to run to the school to try to make sure your kid is okay. It's just instinct.
Absolutely.
You know, so you can't blame the parents for going to the school. But the good news is it looks like the situation has been resolved. They did detain one person, no shots fired, and apparently no firearm found. And they're releasing students right now, class by class, in an orderly way, and hopefully we'll see some of the reunifications, reuniting with their parents, just what you want to see in a situation like this, and so glad that it wasn't worse.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it, Janet.
All right, and that's all we have for you now. We're going to have an update coming up on 13 News Now at 4 o'clock for the latest developments on this breaking news story out of Virginia Beach. Thanks for watching.